Hey guys, it's Cam. Today we are going to be ranking horror villains by their level of hotness. There's 5 categories. The top is obviously who I think is the hottest, and the bottom is who I think is the least hottest. At the very top, we're gonna have the Slaughter Me Now category. Those are for the special few that can slaughter me right here, right now. Next down, we have They Can Get It, which obviously means they're hot, but they're not at the top of my list. Next down, we have If They Wined and Dined, which means, if they treated me to some special gifts, they showed me a good time, then I might consider. Next down, I'm gonna politely decline. That means, if they showed some interest, like I have a heart, I have humanity, I wouldn't humiliate them in front of everyone, but, my opinion's not going to change about them. And then at the bottom of the list, we have absolutely foul. I wouldn't come within 6 feet of them. I don't want to smell them. I don't want to look at them. I probably wouldn't even acknowledge their existence, to be honest. First up, who do you think it's going to be? Take a guess. It's Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise.
The night he came home.
Alright, so Michael Myers, he's kind of a zaddy, One thing I would like to know is what's going on, under that mask, We have to take the mask into consideration because the mask is hot, Michael Myers with the mask, I think he can get it. But Michael Myers without the mask, really, that would really take it down. But Michael Myers with a mask, I'm babysitting, I hear a noise in the house, I go to look at who it is, and I see him, he can get it. Next up, we have Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
See, I love a good, sexy dream. I really do. I think that nightmares in a lot of ways can be erotic, but in a torturous way. He sort of has this disgusting, skin that seems to be peeling off his face, so that really wouldn't, get me going to look at. I think that would actually repulse me a little bit, so I have to think about that. But the hat, you can hate on a man in a fedora all you want, but Freddy Krueger in this hat, I don't know, it's just thrifty enough, It looks like he found it out of the dumpster, and I love that for him. Freddy Krueger, I say, if he wined and dined. Next up, we have Friday the 13th, Jason. If you've seen any of the Friday the 13th movies, or if you've seen Scream 1996, then you know that the first movie, Jason isn't actually the villain. It's really his mom.
Listen, it was Jason. I saw that movie 20 goddamn times!
Then you should know Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees, was the original killer. Jason didn't show up until the sequel. I'm afraid that was a wrong answer.
But for this tier ranking, we're going to be rating Jason, not his mother. Okay, same with Michael Myers. I'm going to be taking the mask into consideration. And now that I think about it, Jason or Jason's mom, if they're wearing that hockey mask and they're treating me right, I think they can get it. So next up, we have the Chucky doll from Chucky.
Hello, Chucky.
Yeah, I'm not really into Chucky. He's just a little bit too juvenile for me, honestly. But I don't think he's, disgusting. I'm not repulsed by him. But I also don't care about his ego enough to politely decline. Now I'm trying to think about if Chucky was, a rich sugar daddy. Could he wine and dine and I would go out with him? Yeah, I think so. I think if he wined and dined me. Next up, we have Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll say this about Leatherface. He has good taste in women, and that automatically bumps him up a few points in my head, because if we have similar taste in women, then obviously you have good taste, I'm into that, and there's just something about a chainsaw, you know? Like, fuck me gently with a chainsaw! Heather style. I think that Leatherface can get it. Leatherface can get it. Okay, next up is Jack Torrance from The Shining. Here's Johnny! I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I sort of have a thing for Jack Nicholson. Like, I'm thinking about him right now, like, in the bar. Because that's pretty sexy, like, him in the bar. But then, like, him running around the maze, like, that's not very hot. And I am thinking about his family. So I just think Jack Torrance, if you wanted to wine and dine me, I would take that. Next up, Hannibal Lecter from The Silence of the Lambs.
Closer. I
do find him to be really, really creepy and disturbing. Not like in an I'm scared of him kind of way, but in a I'm repulsed kind of way. And don't get me wrong, it's nothing to do with, you know, the fact that he likes to play around with human skin. I don't judge him for that, but it's just his face and his eyes. It's just not masculine enough for me, I guess. He does seem like a softie in a lot of ways. Maybe that's what turns me off. Hannibal Lecter, I'm gonna have to politely decline. Next up, we have Norman Bates from Psycho.
The cruel eyes studying you.
I don't love a man that's too attached to his mother. If you have mommy issues, that's immediately a turnoff for me. So, Norman Bates, I think he's absolutely foul. He just seems like a misogynist, you know? Like, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would eat your Just saying. Next up, we have Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Did you know that Ted Bundy's first dog, a collie, was named Lassie?
Here's the thing, like, hotness level, my go-to knee-jerk reaction would be, like, slaughter me now, because he is so fucking sexy, but, you know, I don't like the way that he treats women. I really, really don't. Like, he seems to think that he's better and hotter than the bitches he fucks, when really, his girls are 10 times hotter than him. Obviously. So for that, he's going down a few points. But he can still get it, because let's face it, like, he's sexy. Even whenever he's, like, on the phone having a mental breakdown, I'd answer that call. Next up, we have Annie Wilkes from Misery.
He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car!
The thing about Annie Wilkes is she's gonna say cock-a-doodie. I just couldn't hear somebody say cock-a-doodie in a serious tone without cackling. Also, she does have that virgin thing going for her. Like, I can't imagine her not being a virgin. Okay, don't get me wrong, you guys. I know she has an ex-husband, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's not still frigid. She's strong. I love a strong woman. Like, implicitly, I was just gonna, like, rank her lower, but the more that I think about it, the more that I'm realizing she is, like, more and more attractive than I ever gave her credit for. So, Annie Wilkes, she can get it. You have to be, like, Paul Sheldon level of fame for her to even consider loving you. But I do think that I have that it factor. Up next, I'm reviewing the hook-handed Candyman from Candyman.
Be my victim.
I already know my answer to this one. He can slaughter me right here, right now. Wow, so the Candyman is the first man in my right here, right now. I love his masculine energy. I love the whole, like, I think it comes out of a mirror at some point. Me and mirrors already have an erotic situation happening. So, like, the Candyman can. So, Jigsaw from Saw.
I want to play a game.
let me think about this. He's short and weird looking. Absolutely foul. I'm sorry to all you short kings out there, but I'm a tall girly. I cannot. I don't want to bend down to kiss him, okay? I just don't. Ah! Up next, we have Pennywise from It.
Get your pick. Billy boy.
See, I have to separate in my head the creature himself from Tim Curry playing It, because if it was Tim Curry playing Pennywise, he would immediately go right up at the top of the list. Pennywise, he's his own person. Oh, it's just hard because I can't stop fantasizing about Tim Curry! I don't know if we should admit this to the internet.
What?
We have a prejudice against gingers. No, Dakota isn't that into gingers. Dakota has a prejudice against gingers.
I'm not part of this video.
And so simply because he is a ginger...
He's not. He's like the... He's evil itself.
But he has orange hair.
Cut out all this ginger nonsense.
Pennywise, you have to give him snaps for his makeup artistry. I mean, the fact that he wakes up every morning and spends however long it takes putting on his gorgeous full face of makeup. I mean, I love that Pennywise tries to seduce you from a storm drain. Like, come on, boys. Trying to talk to me from a storm drain? Okay, like, if you wined and dined me down there, I really just might, Pennywise. I really just might. All right, everybody, up next, we will be reviewing Asami from Audition. Asami from Audition, I think that she can fucking slaughter me, no question. Like, are you kidding? She's so sexy with the needle! Up next, we have Samara from The Ring. She has gorgeous, voluminous, thick hair. I mean, people buy boxed hair dye from the grocery store trying to look like her, okay? I don't like the way she moves around. That's a little bit of a turn off. Samara, sweetheart, I know you feel unwell for this, but I'm gonna have to politely decline. It's not you, it's me. I just don't have a thing for soft girls at this moment in my life. Next up, we have the goat from The Witch. Wouldn't thou like the taste of butter? A pretty dress? Wouldn't thou like to live deliciously? The thing that Black Phillip knows that not many of you out there know, he knows what a girl wants, okay? So if you're ever wondering, like, I have a crush on this girl, like, I want to impress her, what do I do? Take a note from Black Phillip's book, okay? Next up, we have the fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Because I Know What You Did Last Summer came out in 1997, when I first watched it, I was definitely applying the Scream rules of horror to this when I was trying to guess who the fisherman was. So, I was expecting it to be some hot hunk like Ray Cox or Barry Cronson. But no, it was just this old, dusty, crusty old man. And honestly, like, he doesn't even kill them in a very sexy, enticing way. And for what he did to Sarah Michelle Gellar, he's absolutely foul. I will never forgive him for that. Up next, we have Frankenstein's monster. They sort of sexed him up for this movie. I know that he's not altogether there because he was created from Frankenstein and lightning, but, you know, if he really wanted to, like, impress me, then I might consider. Let's just say he don't got game, you guys. He don't got game. And I love a man with confidence. So, Frankenstein's monster, I'm so sorry. I know you just came into the sweet world, baby, but I'm gonna politely decline. You're just a little bit too immature for me. Up next is Billy Loomis from Scream. The Exorcist was on. It got me thinking of you.
It was edited for TV, you know, all the good stuff was cut out, and it got me thinking of us.
Billy Loomis. Okay! I love to see him fake get stabbed, and then I love to see him for real get stabbed. I don't know. I have to think about this. Because, like, on one hand, I think that Billy Loomis is so sexy. And like Tatum says in Scream, you know, he has to have a flaw. I knew he has to have a flaw.
He was destined to have a flaw. I knew he was too perfect.
So he does. He's a bit of a psychopath, but I mean, on this list, we don't judge him for that. And so I think I'm gonna have to say, Billy Loomis, you can slaughter that.
I said, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
The other villain from Scream #1 is Stu Macher.
Hello?
Let's face it, baby. These days, you gotta have a sequel. Okay, Matthew Lillard, you can slaughter me now, honey, but let's just say Stu Macher, he's not quite developed fully in the brain yet, so I'm just gonna say he can get it. Maybe one day when you're older, hon, and you have a few more brain cells.
Did you really call the police?
You bet your sorry ass I did.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
Mickey from Scream 2. Mickey seems like he loves his mama more than he could ever love me, so I'm gonna have to say, Mickey, babyface, you're absolutely foul. Debbie Loomis from Scream 2. Okay.
Poor boy was completely out of his mind.
She's got crazy eyes, but she's a tiny bit of a MILF, okay? Just a tiny bit. I think, Debbie, if you wanted to wine and dine me, like, I could come around. I love your energy. I forgot Scream 3 is only one killer. Alrighty, Scream 3, we got Roman. Okay, Roman. Nerdy boy, glasses. Immediately, I don't have anything against nerdy boys, however, he doesn't know how to pick out, like, the cutest frames. Also, he's a little bit of an incel, you know? Like, sort of seems like he's a little bit mad that he's not getting laid enough. So, for that reason, I just think he's absolutely foul. Like, I just don't want a man like Roman who just, like, can't get it and therefore hates women. So, Jill from Scream 4. Girl boss, gatekeep, slaughter me now, honey, you're hot. Charlie from Scream 4.
Oh, the plots are about trying to kill you.
He's like ugly guy, but in a cute way, like when you have a crush on a guy who you know is ugly. But also, he doesn't seem to have any sort of big dick energy whatsoever. I'm gonna politely decline on this one. Sorry, I'm gonna pass. Next, we have Richie from Scream 5.
Hi, Richie.
Richie, I want you to listen to me loud and clear when I say this, hun. You're absolutely foul. Honey, you were already dating out of your league. And then you thought you could be a two-timer? Like, in what universe is he living in? Then we have Amber from Scream 5.
Welcome to Act 3.
I do like her because she is a scream queen. She does have the pipes. I love a girl who's vocal in bed. Amber can get it. All right. Steve/Brendan from Fresh.
I'm taking your ass.
You're hot. Like, I'll be the first to admit it. See, the thing about Steve/Brendan is he seems like he's gonna be freaky. Like, I like that he has a little bit of, like, freaky aspect to him. He seems like the kind of guy that would eat ass.
I'm taking your ass.
Or, like, not be afraid to, like, suffocate himself under my So I think that he can get it. Next, we have Pearl from the movie X and from Pearl 2022. I want you guys to take a second and guess where I rate her. Okay, are you ready? She can get it! Girl, you know I love Pearl. Young or old, like, she knows how to Up next is Jennifer from Jennifer's Body.
I am a god. Okay.
So, yeah. Girl can get it. I think she's the hottest in the movie whenever she projectile vomits black goo.
Got a tampon? Thought I'd ask.
So, up next we have Carrie from Carrie. Carrie just seems a little bit too innocent for me. You know, I don't want to be the one that's having to explain what everything means to her. So, Carrie, I love you. I would love to be your bestie. We can make friendship bracelets together. You can come over, have a slumber party at my house anytime, but I'm going to have to politely decline you as a partner. Up next is Marta from Deep Red.
He's an actor. I knew it. I said it to Roman yesterday. He's so good looking.
Oh, Marta. Marta. First of all, you're like my makeup inspiration. When I put on blush every day, I aim to have cheeks as flushed and erotic as yours, honestly. Marta can get it, okay? I like older women. I like women with experience. Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Demons to some, angels to others.
Pinhead! They seem like they're, you know, open to freaky things. Pinhead could teach me a thing or two about BDSM. I feel like they would open my sexual repertoire of experiences and take me into a spiritual realm. So I do think Pinhead can slaughter me now. Up next is Frank Booth from Blue Velvet.
Shut up! It's Daddy, you shithead. Where's my bourbon?
The thing about him is I hate a man who's trying to force a daddy complex onto me. Like, no, sir. I already have a father. Thank you very much. Absolutely foul for that. Absolutely foul. It's not attractive. Up next is the Mystery Man from The Lost Highway.
And your name?
So, Mr. Mystery Man, you actually creep me out a little bit, honestly. Whenever you have that white face paint and you answer the phone, like, it never fails to give me the chills, and that sort of turns me on a little bit. So, I don't know, Mr. Mystery Man. I think that you can get it. Up next, oh no, I think I messed up.
How so?
Because this is the lady from Deep Red. I mistook Minnie from Rosemary's Baby as Marta from Deep Red. Ugh! Sue me about it, okay? And they both feature sexy ass milks. I mean, like, can you...
Milks.
I mean, can you blame me? Come on! They're, like, in the same age group, so please don't judge me for that. So, I'm keeping Minnie where she was, because even though I said her name was Marta from Deep Red, I knew who I was talking about. Okay, so now we're doing Marta for real from Deep Red. Maybe you can call this my excuse, but they both are makeup goals, okay? They both inspire me to do my makeup, but in different ways, because Minnie's really great with her blush. Marta's really great with her eyeliner. I mean, who could ever forget her iconic eyeliner look? I think they're on the same level. I really do. I think they can both get it. Up next, we have Susie / Mother Suspiriorum from the Suspiria 2018 remake. Whenever she's like, "What is it you ask for?" "I wish to die, mother." That part turns me on. Also, I love that she just fooled everyone. They thought they had everything under control and she showed up and tricked them. Mother Suspiriorum, you can slaughter me right now, honey. Bow down. Mother Suspiriorum! Next is the Driller Killer from Slumber Party Massacre 2. Alrighty, if I was to just see him like standing on top of a building, drill electric guitar in hand, I would say that he can get it right here, right now. But once he starts to sing, I cannot say that. I really can't. He doesn't have the vocals. He's a wannabe rock star, but he doesn't have that oomph to be a sexy rock star. So I think if he wined and dined me, I might consider. A man who knows how to handle his power tools does have the potential. Dawn from Teeth, 2007. I think she's beautiful. I think her and I kind of look alike. And so that raises her attractiveness up a bunch for me because I'm really attracted to myself. So, also, if I could have any superpower, I would love to have the powers that Dawn has. It's just fantastic. I would love to a girl with teeth in her. It's on my bucket list, so she's going right at the top of this list. Dawn, you can slaughter me now, honey. Alrighty, my girls and ghouls. It's getting darker now, so if the lighting changes, that is why. Next up, we have the Grabber from the Black Phone.
It's covered in blood.
So Ethan Hawke on his own, he's pretty sexy. I love all the different masks that he wears. I'm just thinking about him, like, playing that torture game and waiting at the top of the stairs with his shirt off but his mask on. I don't know! I think that the Grabber can get it, you guys. I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but, like, come on, the props team, whoever made that mask, like, they knew what they were doing. Next up, we have Nancy from The Craft.
You're a witch!
Nancy. You know, I've always said that she looks like Tim Curry as a female. And tell me if I'm right, you guys. I mean, compare Nancy to Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Same vibe, right? 10 out of 10. I would smash. She can slaughter me now. Next up is Ginger from Ginger Snaps.
Involves 2 successive divisions.
Back in the day, Ginger Snaps. This was the heyday of the bleached front highlights. I love when she transforms into a werewolf. Like, that's really sexy because she's like, "Ah!" She seems like she'd be stronger than me. I love a woman that embraces her natural body hair. Ginger, you can rip me to shreds because she's a werewolf. Up next is May from the movie May.
Whoa!
May is so adorable to me. I love an awkward girl because I can relate. And every single time she's pining over her laundry crush, I'm like, girl, be done with this guy and move on to me. She just doesn't seem to appreciate the womanly love that she receives from the hottest babe in the whole movie. And so May, it's like, I just feel like if I, were to pursue a relationship with you, you wouldn't appreciate me for who I am. I feel like you would idolize my gams.
You have really beautiful legs. I thought they were gams.
I'm gonna have to politely decline. As beautiful and as awkward as you are, like, I want a woman who loves me as a whole woman, not just the sum of my parts. Up next is the mother from Barbarian. Whenever she breastfeeds the man that she's interested in, I'm like, ooh girl, you're kinky, like you're different. I think she needs to go to the hair salon. Her hair's a bit stringy, doesn't look like she brushes it, doesn't look like she dyes it or does anything. If she gave me the wine and dine treatment, I just might consider. Next up is Alexia from Titane. I already know my answer to this. Call me a slut if you want, but she can slaughter me right now. Are you kidding? Like, whenever she dances on the cars. I mean, a woman who can get by a car is a woman for me. Like, that scene is so iconic. Up next is the murderer from I Saw the Devil.
내가 볼 때 아이씨는 너무 운이 없는 것 같아.
Like, this is a little bit of a shocker to you guys. Like, I know because I'm such a slut, but see, the hero in this movie is a lot hotter than the killer in this movie, so I'm gonna say, absolutely foul. The devil is absolutely foul in this movie. Up next is the octopus-looking demon from Possession. The killer from Possession, I would have to say, slaughter me right now. I mean, there's nothing more erotic than 1,000 tentacles that are trying to my erogenous zones. Next is the Peeping Tom from Peeping Tom.
That.
Mark! Yes, that would be frightening.
I think it's really cool and innovative that he hooks his camera up to have a phallic knife. I love a man who is innovative with different toys and tools in the bedroom. See, I almost put him in the wine and dine category, but then I realized, you know, he's the kind of man that if he wined and dined me, he would expect something in return. So for that, I'm gonna have to politely decline, because if I don't decline him politely, Lord knows he's gonna murder me. Alright, double penetration here. We got Peter and Paul from Funny Games. Okay.
Lieber Gott, mach mich fromm, dass ich in den Himmel komme.
Das ist so leicht.
Was anderes fällt mir nicht ein.
Na gut. Lieber Gott, mach mich fromm, dass ich in den Himmel...
They're cruel. I admire their cruelty. Okay? They are just cold-hearted evil. They are a form of human that I could never understand. And for that, like, they interest me. And by the way, yes, I am rating them together. Even though for the Scream Double Killers, I rated those separately. These two really are a unit to me. It's hard for me to separate them. Also, like, let's be real. If I was rating them individually, they would both be at the bottom of the list. But together, they get raised up a few notches. So yeah, if they wined and dined me, they might get some sugar because they really seem committed to the gag. Up next is Auntie from House. She can slaughter me right now! Cat girls. I love cat girls because I'm a cat girl myself. I'm all about the cats, okay? Up next, we have Bob from Fire Walk with Me. I'm on the fence about Bob. I think it's hot that he has long gray hair because you don't see men with long gray hair. Like, you usually see younger guys with long hair, And then like older guys with long hair is usually like really stringy and ugly. Bob has really voluminous, sexy long gray hair. God, and I love how he shows his teeth like he's an animal. Okay, you guys, I think we're learning a lot about me today, but Bob, you can get it. Up next is the devil from The Wailing. Absolutely foul, mate. Up next, we have Seth Brundle from The Fly.
Help me.
So, I have a bit of a gag reflex when it comes to David Cronenberg films. David Cronenberg just knows how to be nasty in like a boogery kind of way.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Alrighty, you guys, up next, it's me, it's Billy, from Black Christmas.
It's me, Billy.
It's already a red flag that he feels the need to hide around and hide his face, because it's like, why are you hiding? Like, a man doesn't need to hide. If he truly like owns himself and knows he's hot shit, then he is hot shit. But just the fact that he's so secretive about the way he looks, I'm gonna politely decline. He seems a little bit too insecure for me to say you're absolutely fine. Alright, you guys, let me know if there's anybody I missed in this tier ranking list, or if there's anybody else you want me to rank, or any other suggestions you have. I really read my comments below, so feel free to blow me up there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, babies.